There you go. Just wrapping up with the national anthem here at the ballpark. It's a Fireworks Friday. Final one of the season. Just moments away from getting this one going. Hi, everybody. Tim Grubbs, Ron Swoboda. Welcome to the Shrine on Airline, where tonight the AAA affiliate of the KC Royals, the Omaha Storm Chasers, come to town for the first of a four-game series, the final four-game series of the season. Zach Gallen, 8-8 with a 3.82 ERA, gets set to take on this starting lineup for the Chasers. Jack Lopez to lead it off. Batting second is going to be the second baseman, Ramon Torres. Batting third is Nicky Lopez. The middle three, Frank Swindell, Paulo Orlando, Humberto Arteaga bat sixth. The bottom three is Donnie DeWeese, Javier Hernandez, and Luis Villegas. We're ready for baseball as Zach Gallen takes the nod for what would be his final start of the 2018 season for the Cakes.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go out on a big bang with a couple of pretty good starts under his belt. Back the one up in Round Rock, a fastball. He'll be in the lows, sneak up close to the mid-90s with his fastball. He's got a little cutter slider thing that comes behind that, a curveball and a changeup. Basically a four-pitch guy who really has shown an ability when he's had some stressful innings. He's been able to pitch out of them. What he would probably like to do is avoid quite so much stress, giving up multiple hits in innings and most of the time avoiding runs, but that's a tough way to do it. That's a hard row to hoe.
Here's Jack Lopez, who will step into the batter's box. So Lopez, 249 batting average, 8 home runs, 33 runs batted in. First pitch this afternoon at 7:03 Central, 80 degrees, cloudy skies, winds coming out of the east at 15, and the pitch taken for a ball. The Cakes are in their home whites. NOLA across the front, midnight blue trimmed with gold. Chasers are in their alternate jerseys, blue, royal blue jerseys, gold numerals. Today's team colors brought to you, of course, by Helm Paint. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore presenting the colors of the game. 6 area locations. The official paint provider to the ballpark, the Shrine on Airline. 1-2 pitch to Lopez, going to be fouled off down the first base line. Jack Lopez getting the nod here today for the Chasers at the top of the order. Brian Poldberg, longtime manager in Omaha. He's over there coaching third, and Gallen gets his first guy. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's how we get this ball game started off, just
Good
like
stuff.
that.
Lopez, a guy that had been on a roll. Top of the order, a guy that can run the bases, and he got a fastball he couldn't find from Gallen and is done.
So here's Ramon Torres, who steps into the batter's box. And Torres takes the first pitch here for ball 1.
2 hits yesterday, but he's been struggling a little bit.
1 ball and 1 strike. The umpiring crew tonight is Edwin Moscoso behind the plate. The crew chief, Junior Valentine at first. Jason Starkovich at second. Roberto Ortiz is the third man of this, is the fourth man of this crew. That's a 4-man umpiring crew today.
Torres up in the big leagues both this year and last.
2 balls and a strike here to the batter, Ramon Torres. And the 2-1 pitch going to be swung on and fouled back. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now with 1 away now to the batter, Ramon Torres.
From the Dominican Republic.
Ground ball up the middle into center field, and Torres has got himself a base hit. So his day will start. A 1-out single into center field.
Fastball out over the plate that he served right up the middle.
So with a runner aboard, it brings to the plate the shortstop, Nicky Lopez. So Lopez will step in, 288 batting average, 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in.
23 years old from Naperville, Illinois. He was a 5th-round pick in 2016 by Kansas City out of Creighton University. This year he has spent a little bit of time in the AA Texas League at Northwest Arkansas and at Omaha. He's split the season.
Ball and no strikes now to the batter, Nicky Lopez. 1-0 now with the runner aboard at first base. The 1-0 pitch going to be taken here for a strike, and the count a ball and a strike now to the batter, Lopez.
Lopez, 5'11", 175. He's not a big guy, but he's hit 9 home runs this year. He's hit 7 of them in the PCL. Only 2 in the AA Texas League.
2 balls and a strike.
Would lead me to believe the ballpark's a little bigger there in Northwest Arkansas, but I do not know.
Well, the ballpark in Omaha.
Carry.
The ballpark in Omaha. A pop-up to the pitcher's mound on a good day in Omaha could get out of that yard. There's been some games where the wind is really blowing.
Ours is blowing, looks like it's blowing in from right field today.
Yep. Yeah, it's not like the ballpark in Omaha is small. It just some days, you know, you're in the middle of nowhere. You know, you're out there on the plateau, on the plain, and the ball can really fly. 3 balls and a strike, and the 3-1 pitch is going to be popped up, foul territory, third base side. And we'll try it again now with the count being 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2. And the 3-2, runner going right side, second baseman flips for 1. No, he dropped it. Tried a little bit too much there. Diaz tried to scoop it with the glove and throw it with the glove.
Mooney had a chance to catch it, but he decided to go with his bare hand and couldn't hang on to it.
You know, he tried to lose a little bit too much.
I think that's a, well, you can't, I guess you can't assume that out. It's a fielder's choice, probably.
Yep. Fielder's choice. Well, you know, when you use your glove like that, it certainly makes an extraordinary effort.
Well, you know, you got a runner coming down on you. It would have been, I think, a lot easier to go at it with 2 hands.
I think they were thinking double play. Get out of the inning. Instead,
you know what they say in those situations, make sure one. And that's pretty good advice. Make sure of one. You start thinking ahead to try to do some razzle-dazzle to get yourself a double play. Looks good if you get away with it, but they didn't.
This one ripped down the line, foul.
And that's what you end up doing. You end up getting Frank Schwindel up there, and he's been a pretty productive hitter for these guys this year. He's
2 balls and a strike now to the batter. 2-1 now to the batter, Schwindel. 24 homers, 90 runs batted in. So you never want to give this guy an opening, an opportunity to bat with 2 men on, as he's had himself a tremendous season here for the Chasers.
He really has. He's been a pretty solid hitter at 285 with all of that production you spoke of.
Schwindel. 2 balls and 1 strike now, and the 2-1 pitch taken here for a strike, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He was a guy that played at Northwest Arkansas last year and came to AAA, and on the season hit 23 home runs, 97 RBIs. So for him to be sitting there with 24 bombs and 90 RBIs is pretty much commensurate with the year he had last year.
130 games. You know what's crazy is, you know, Kansas City's second worst team in baseball. You know, he's sitting here at AAA. You wonder.
I guess there are certain guys they're not wanting to start the clock on.
It's possible. Two balls and Schwindel being that one of those guys. He's a 26-year-old. 2 balls and 2 strikes now here to the batter, Frank Schwindel. Runners at first and second base. Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Nice.
Swung on and struck him out. Second strikeout of the ball game.
That's great, like cutter slider thing he dropped on him, and
he was having a conversation with the umpire Moscoso before walking away. Here's Paulo Orlando
from Brazil.
So Paulo will step into the batter's box. And Orlando takes the pitch down low here for ball 1.
Yeah, a little bit of time in the big leagues this year, as he has in Kansas City over the last 4 years. He's done big league time. In 2016, he was up all year. Bounced up and down last year, up and down this year.
He has cleared waivers. He's no longer on the 40-man roster. Designated for assignment earlier this season.
Yeah, he was last year 198, this year 167. Even though his major league batting average is 263, they might feel like he's at his age heading in the opposite direction.
1 ball and 1 strike now with 2 away. Of course, we talked about this all week leading up. Tomorrow is the 1st of September. You could see some of these guys moved on up to the big league roster come tomorrow, or they may wait till after the season. Some teams look at things different. Even though you can on the 1st, you can wait till the 4th if you like. You don't want to leave your AAA team completely depleted.
Right, and there's no real rush in Kansas City.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Both of these affiliates, the Marlins and the KC Royals, neither one of them playing for October. They're looking to see what they got. Play for. Who do you think could help you in 2019 at this point? Get some young guys up there. Get a look at them in September. See whether or not they might have a future in your organization, or do you need to do something different?
I would think the Marlins will elevate a couple of guys.
I would think so.
Get a good look, given they are
2-2 pitch
mode.
Fouled off.
Given all the deals for the big players that they let get away, and multiple player deals to stock their prospects a little bit. I think this year of all years, it's called for to get these guys in the big leagues. And I know it's a little unwieldy when you got a lot of guys in the big league clubhouse, but they should take a look at them at that level.
2 ball, 2 strike pitch here from Gallen, and the 2-2 are going to be up and in.
He was trying hard to bust him up and in with a fastball and just couldn't get it in the zone.
3 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 outs here to the batter, Paulo Orlando. The 3-2 pitch here. Runners going, and the 3-2 popped him up, foul territory. First baseman coming over. That ball is going to be into the seats. Three and 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to the batter, Paulo Orlando. Runners at first and second base, trying to get through this first inning.
Sounds like Tony, Orlando's brother.
Line shot down the left field line. That's trouble. It's going to bounce and roll. 2 runs are in. Torres will score, and in comes Lopez, and that's a huge hit for Paulo Orlando. It is a 2-run double.
Well, when he missed with those 2 pitches up and in and went 3-2, it was fastball city for Gallen. Fastball, 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 and it looked like he threw a couple by him. I think Orlando at that point was looking dead red all the way and got one where he wanted it and drilled it down the left field line.
Here's Humberto Arteaga, who will step into the batter's box. And the pitch going to be taken for a ball. It's now 1-0 now to the batter. Ball and no strikes now to the batter, Arteaga. Runner at second. Here's the pitch going to be just outside for a ball. It's now 2 balls and no strikes here to the batter, Humberto Arteaga. It is the Cakes. It is the Chasers. Our ball game here in the home half of the first inning. The 2-0 delivery. Line drive. That one's hammered deep to left field. It's going to 2-hop and roll to the wall. Scoring is Orlando, 3-0 Omaha. And on his way into second base is Humberto Arteaga. Back-to-back RBI doubles here, and the Chasers have jumped on the New Orleans starter Zach Gallen with 3 first-inning runs.
Well, it looked like he wanted to mix something different in there, leading him off, and threw him something off speed, and he threw it right out over the plate.
We've got activity.
And got tattooed, and all of a sudden now,
we've got activity in the bullpen. Jose Quijada is already warming up. Gallen,
that's unbelievable.
31 pitches in the first inning. This is his last batter. They're not going to let him face anybody else, my guess.
That's the deal.
You know, obviously he gets another batter.
Quijada is loosening up like it's like the fire alarm went off, and you know, he was a pitch away from getting out of this, and he got hit for back-to-back doubles.
Donnie DeWeese, left-handed batter, steps in and he takes the pitch for a strike. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike now to the batter. The 0-1 pitch going to be popped up, foul territory, third base side. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. This is just not the Zach Gallen we expect.
2 of the best fastballs he's thrown today.
0-2 pitch, swung on and struck him out. Gets through the first. Nice work. You know, a lot of good pitchers struggle in the first inning. And, you know, once they get through that first inning, they get back on track. Maybe we can hope for that today. 3 runs on 3 hits, a man left. We played a half inning. Omaha 3, Cakes coming to bat. Back here at the ballpark, Cakes trailing at 3-0, just like that. Lewis Brinson to lead it up. 3 runs in the first. Now, I mean, keep in mind there was that fielder's choice play where you should have probably got at least 1 out there, but you had the scoop, and then you had the bare hand. You know, I mean, both of them were trying too hard to make an out there and try to turn 2, and ends up blowing up in your face as this pitch is going to be fouled back here for strike, 0-1.
Glenn Sparkman, a guy originally drafted by Kansas City out of Wharton County Junior College.
This one is going to be fouled back, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes here to the hitter.
Fastball, low 90s. He's a 4-pitch guy. Was in Toronto's organization last year.
0-2 pitch, fly ball, right center field. Ball's going to drop and roll.
Nice.
Lewis Brinson will start this one off with a base hit into right field. This will bring up the second baseman, Isan Diaz.
Brinson has the DH tonight, and here's Isan right behind him.
I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, with all the rain and all that sort of stuff, felt better putting him in there as the DH. 0-1 here to the batter, Diaz. See if the Cakes can have a big inning of their own here in the bottom of the first inning. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled off, and it got the catcher, and he's down.
Oh.
He's
looks like he's going to be
needs a
all right.
moment.
Sparkman, 26 years old.
Take another look at what happened here as the pitch from Diaz got a little piece of it, and it missed his glove and hit his inner thigh.
Ow. Sparkman, as I said, had an interesting year last year, bouncing around. In Toronto, he played in 4 different levels in the minor leagues last year. He broke his thumb at one point, so went through that rehab thing, and then ended up in the big leagues for a couple of games with Toronto, and then he ended up back in the Kansas City organization.
Well, he was a Rule 5 pick.
Yes.
So he had to be in the big leagues. 1 ball and 2 strikes, but you mentioned was hurt.
Didn't work well.
Yeah.
Now he came back to this organization and was in the big leagues this year, as well as pitching at a couple of different levels in the Kansas City organization, AA and AAA. So he's bounced around the last 2 years. Last outing for him was one of his better ones, 5 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs. One of 2 earned runs, I should say, against Iowa, but
no balls and a strike now to the batter, Adames. Cakes with a runner on, trailing 3-0, bottom of the first. Here's the 0-1, ground ball through the left side. It's a base hit. Brinson will stop at second. Adames is aboard. And it brings up.
They had the shift on, and Adames hit against it.
And it brings up the first baseman, Peter O'Brien.
Peter had a couple of knocks last night, including a line drive solo home run over the left field fence and a double that drove in a run.
So O'Brien will step into the batter's box. And Peter O takes the pitch here for a ball.
Starts him off with a big curveball out of the zone. Peter was up with a chance to win it last night, and he got pitched to pretty good by Jeremy Bleish, the local boy.
And the pitch going to be taken here for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 now to the hitter.
Spark, we won 2 out of 3. Could have won 3 out of 3 from Nashville.
Pitch up and in.
Sparkman's next to last start was against Nashville. They touched him up pretty good.
3 balls and no strikes now to the batter, Peter O'Brien. 3-0 pitch. Peter O, ground ball, third base, picks it, throws to second for 1, on to first. He goes around the horn. A double play ball turned by Arteaga, Torres, and Schwindel. That didn't look like it was going to turn initially, but they made a very nice defensive play to get 2. No runs, 2 outs, 2 hits, a man left. Inning in the books. Omaha leads at 3-0. Pretty nifty double play to end the inning.
Wow, that's about as slick as you're ever going to see 5-4-3, because I thought O'Brien hit the ball pretty good as he starts Hernandez off. 1-1 now.
Elier Hernandez, 8th batter in the lineup, and the pitch going to be taken here for a ball. It's now 2 balls and a strike here to the hitter.
Yeah, O'Brien hit it pretty good, but Arteaga just picked it and flipped it right on the money.
2-1 pitch going to be popped up, foul territory. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now to the hitter.
Torres at second base, got that flip, got that relay back to first base. It was just about as neat as you'll ever see 5-4-3.
Yep, well, it really was. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the 2-2 pitch. A fly ball down the left field line, and try it again now with the count being evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gallen gave up 3 first-inning runs on those 3 hits. The 2-2 pitch going to be taken here for a ball. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Curveball down.
3-2 now to the batter, and the pitch going to be swung on and struck him out. Elier Hernandez is gone. That's the 4th strikeout of the ball game here for Zach Gallen.
Fastball right there. I mean, it's right there. Thigh-high fastball that he missed. Looked like it was right down the middle, but he threw it by him.
And the pitch going to be taken here for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike.
Nice.
Swung on and missed here for strike 2. It's now 0-2 now to the batter. 0-2 going to miss away here for a ball. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Gallen is pitching like a man possessed. He is waiting on the hitter.
Yeah, he's picked up the pace. I mean, man, the last 2 pitches, as quickly as he got the ball, he was bringing it in.
Bob Gibson used to pitch like this. He was in a hurry. Somebody said, pitched like he was double parked with a gallon of ice cream in his trunk.
2-2 pitch. Villegas pops it up, foul territory on the first base side.
I love that. Double parked with a gallon of ice cream in his trunk. He's got to get this one over with in a hurry.
Mark Burley pitched that way, and I firmly believe that's why he had so much success. It keeps your fielders on their toes, and
yep,
those hitters got to be ready to go. Ground ball hit towards first. O'Brien up with it.
Well,
2 up and 2 down. I don't see any reason.
If he threw a few more pitches in inning number 1 without getting them out, his night would have ended a lot faster.
I really believe that DeWeese was his final batter. If he did not get him out, they would have been around 38, 39 pitches. I don't think they would have let him throw pitch number 40.
I think you're right. That's the organizational limit he was flirting with.
This one's going to be popped up down the line. Now he got out of the inning, had a chance to sit down in the dugout, get a little break, and he's come out strong, has retired the first 2 batters here in the second.
Like I said, he's still waiting on the hitter. He is ready to pitch.
1 pitch, ground ball up the line, third base side, foul, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes now with 2 down here to the batter, Jack Lopez. Lopez, who has struck out back in the first inning. Here's the 0-2 delivery. And a line shot just out of reach of Mooney. The shortstop leaped up in the air, and it couldn't have missed his glove by much.
Curveball, left it up a little bit. Had some break to it, but he left it up in the zone, and Lopez lined it over shortstop hard.
It did touch his glove.
Picked by, that was some elevation
yep.
by Peter
It hit
Mooney.
his, I wasn't sure live if it actually hit his glove, but on replay, yep. So he just missed it. As Mooney, only 5'8". You know, if he's 6 foot tall, he gets it. This one's going to be a nice diving effort. He comes up throwing, but will not get him. Lopez safely into second, and now Ramon Torres gets an infield hit after the diving effort by Mooney.
More trouble at the front end of this lineup for Zach Allen. Guys are getting good swings at him.
Back-to-back hits, and it brings up the shortstop, Lopez. So with a runner at first and a runner at second, Lopez takes the pitch here for a strike.
Started him off with a breaking ball.
0-1 now with 2 down here to the batter. There's the 0-1 pitch. Delivery, ground ball, hit towards second. Diaz picked it up, flips it to short, and the inning is over. 4-6 on the putout, no runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on base. Our ball game has played an inning and a half here on this Fireworks Friday. Omaha out front 3-0. Beautiful sky here at the ballpark tonight as we move into the bottom of the second inning. The Kicks find themselves trailing it 3-0. So stepping into the batter's box, going to be Chris Bostic. And Bostic takes the first pitch here for a ball. 1-0. Ball and no strikes. And the 1-0 pitch going to be popped up, foul territory. First base side, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Sparkman has 2 starts this year. His first and his third start this year were against the Cakes. He won the first start, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, a pretty good effort. His third start was a 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, no decision. So
2 balls and a strike now to the batter, Bostic. 2-1 pitch, going to be a fly ball to right. Right fielder is there, and J.B. Shuck makes the catch here for the out. So Shuck will bat, .324 batting average. After Bostic flied out. Shuck came in late last night as a pinch runner. This is only a second start since getting those stitches in the forearm. A couple of days ago in Round Rock, Texas. Shortstop landed on his forearm after stealing a base.
Well, you think about it. You know what's on the bottom of baseball shoes? It's spikes, and he stepped squarely on his forearm by accident. Was that the second baseman?
Shortstop
of the Round Rock Express. And he got a couple of stitches, but, It was not no tetanus shot or anything.
He said he had gotten a tetanus shot last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, that'll hold you.
2 balls and a strike. Two and one here to the batter.
Probably a similar accident.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, going to be missed inside. He said it was something that the Angels mandated in spring training.
You got, oh, all right. Interesting.
Across the board. You don't have to worry about it if everybody does it.
Yep.
3 balls and a strike.
That's interesting. I don't know if every club does that, but
3-1 pitch, a line shot right
hit.
field. This ball is going to run to the wall. Shuck is on his way to second base, and he's got himself a double.
There you go. Boy, JB.
A double.
Little instant offense right there. That ball was kissed. That was hit hard up the gap. And here's Braxton Lee to be followed by Austin Nola.
12th double of the year.
See if we can't get one of these 3 runs back or more here.
So here's Braxton. Steps into the batter's box, and the pitch is going to be taken here for a strike. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike now with 1 away now to the batter, Braxton Lee. Left-handed batter at the plate. There's the 0-1 awaiting Lee, and here's a fly ball into center field. DeWeese is coming over. He's going to get underneath it and make the catch for the out, and there's 2 away. So with 2 down and a runner in scoring position, it brings up the New Orleans catcher, Austin Nola. Nola getting the start tonight. Cakes trailing at 3-0 here in the 2nd inning. And the pitch, big swing and a miss here for a strike. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike now with 2 away. The 0-1 pitch now to the batter, Austin Nola. The 0-1 pitch misses down and low for a ball. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike here with 2 away. 1-1 now with 2 outs. Here's the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch here to the batter, Nola. And it's going to be taken here for a strike, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes.
Nola having the best number season since he hit 280 back in 2015 in only 207 at-bats. He's hitting 276 as we speak.
2 balls and 2 strikes here, and the 2-2 pitch.
Like to see him bump it up a little bit.
Yeah. Finish the season strong.
Finish strong.
2-2 now with 2 away.
Boy, he had a home run in Round Rock that was a BB over the left field.
The 2-2 pitch struck him out. And Sparkman gets his 2nd punch out of the day. No runs, a hit, and a man left on base. Our ball game heads to the 3rd inning. Cakes, Chasers, Omaha out in front in this one by the score of 3-0. 2 innings of baseball in the books. It is the Cakes and the Chasers. It's a 3-0 ball game. Stepping into the batter's box. Omaha out in front, 3-0.
I knew Frank Schwindel was was a Jersey boy, but he went to St. John's University, and he just popped this up.
That's
right
a mile
behind
high. The catcher coming back behind the plate is going to be Austin Nolan. Foul territory, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Struck him out, popped him up. They've gotten the big hitter in the lineup out, but the other guys touched him for 3 runs in the first inning. So, you know, Gallen will battle these guys out and just hope his boys get him some runs.
One ball and no strikes here to the batter. There's the 1-0 pitch here. Paulo Orlando going to be taken here for a strike. One ball, 1 strike pitch going to be taken here for a strike, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 now with 1 away. The 1-2 pitch swung on and struck him out.
Nice. That curveball had some snap to it. You can throw them. It's not how much it breaks. It's how quickly, how late it breaks. And that curveball had some snap. And Paulo Orlando couldn't find it. 2 gone.
Here's Humberto Arteaga. Steps in, and the pitch going to be taken here for a strike. 0-1. Well, 1 pitch misses. Now evened up at a ball and a strike. 1-1 now to the batter, Arteaga. 1-1 now with 2 outs here to the hitter. Here's the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch, going to be swung on and fouled off. First base side. We try it again now with the count being at a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 now with 2 outs here to the batter, Arteaga. The 1-2, a fly ball, well struck left field on the run. Left fielder gonna run it down and make the catch as Chris Bostic. And the inning is over.
That's a really nice play. That was a double that Bostic turned into an out.
1-2-3 inning. Good work for kickstarter Zach Gallen. After throwing a lot of pitches in the first, he gets a nice clean inning. Chasers lead it 3-0. Bostic got a great jump on it. Took off into left center field and makes a tremendous diving catch in front of the Acme Oyster House sign. And
that was all the reach he had, too. And that's really good move, good jump in the gap. That thing is destined for wall ball until Bostic intercepted it. Man, that's a pretty good play. Here's Peter Mooney. I'm sure Peter would like to make up for the one that got away, that little glove flip that he tried to barehand and turn into a double play. Both those runs scored.
Pitch taken here for a ball. It's now 1-0 now to the batter, and the 1-0 pitch going to be taken here for a strike, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike here to the hitter. The 1-1 delivery going to be taken here for a ball. It's now 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 now to the hitter, and the 2-1 pitch going to be popped up, foul territory, third base side. Try it again now with the count being 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Peter
2-2.
At He's at 300 all year long, pretty much, since he came back from that hand injury. And
2-2, swung on and fouled off right at the plate.
fallen somewhat, just a notch or two below that. Needs a couple of knocks here to get back in that range. You know what? 290 something isn't 300 in your own mind. You know,
No, you got to get to 299 is not 300. I know it's just fraction, but
yeah,
there's just something about it. In baseball, it's just a big deal. And anything else, not a big deal. Ground ball hit to short. Shortstop picked it, throws it to first, not in time. Mooney is aboard with an infield hit.
Well, that was cute. You'll take that.
Yep. This will bring to the plate the designated hitter, Lewis Brinson.
Brinson singled his first time up. It looked like Mooney chased one up and out of the zone. He rolled it softly, though. He got on top of it and rolled it softly. The shortstop, Nick Lopez, couldn't make the play at first.
So Brinson will step in. Singled to right field back in his first at bat. Lewis Brinson in the ball game last night.
Yeah, he swung at a first pitch fastball. First time up and took a fastball right down Broadway.
0-1 now to the batter. Lewis Brinson, runner at first base, and the 0-1 pitch is going to be swung on and fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes now to the batter, Brinson. Runner at first base. The 0-2 delivery. Sparkman comes set. And the 0-2 going to be just outside here for a ball. It's now 1-2.
It's a simple statement as a hitter. If you're taking better pitches than you're swinging at, you're not helping yourself.
Ball and 2 strikes now to the batter, Brinson. 1-2 pitch going to be outside for a ball. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now to the batter, Brinson.
I think physically Lewis Brinson is ready to be back in the big leagues. We'll see where his swing is when he gets there.
2 balls and 2 strikes here, and the 2-2 pitch is going to be grounded foul. Brinson 6 for 24 here, playing today in his 6th game. A .250 batting average at the moment.
It'll have to do for now. That was a tough pitch. Down and in, a fastball that he got a piece of by putting a pretty good swing on it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. I know I read the other day that Don Mattingly saying that he will get a lot of playing time in September in hopes that he can finish the year strong as a strikeout of Brinson.
Well, he took a fastball down Broadway, and he never saw a pitch better than that. You know, I think you got to. He'll tighten his swing up, though. He had good swings that time. He took the best pitch he got, though, unfortunately.
Throw over to first.
He'll be all right, though. I think physically he's fine, and his swing can get short. You know, I mean, that's where he needs to keep it, I think.
Isan Diaz at the plate. Pitch going to be up and away here for a ball. It's now 1 ball and no strikes.
Sparkman a little more deliberate on the mound than Gallen, who's in a hurry.
And the 1-0 pitch. It's big swing and a miss. Cakes down 3-0 here in the 3rd. 1 ball and 1 strike now to the batter, Isan Diaz. And the 1-1 swung on and missed here for a strike, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes.
Took a little something off that. He's got a changeup. Slider, curveball, change to go with a fastball that tonight's been around 93, occasionally 94.
1-2 pitch now to the batter, Diaz, and a throw over to first base and diving back into the bag at first. 1 ball and 2 strikes here with 1 away. Here's the 1-2 pitch now with 1 out, and the 1-2 going to be up and away for ball 2. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 now with 1 out. Isan Diaz at the plate. 2-2 pitch going to be rolled up the line. First base side foul, and we'll try it again now with the count being at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 and 2 now with 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And the 2-2 delivery.
Ooh.
Taken here for a ball. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes.
He took a fastball that was just off the inside corner. Had to just miss the plate, if indeed it did.
Here's the 3-2. Runner going, swung on and missed. A strikeout, throw to second base. A caught stealing. A double play ball to end the inning. Strikeout, caught stealing, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, and nobody left on base. We played 3-0 Omaha. A strikeout, throw him out, end the inning. Omaha scored 3 in the first. Since then, Gallen has settled in. Donnie DeWeese will step into the batter's box. Bottom third of the batting order scheduled to face Zach Gallen, and the pitch going to be swung on and fouled back.
It was first inning was one of those where Gallen struck out the side. All his outs were strikeout.
Yep.
Problem is they scored 3 runs
and sent 7 batters to the plate.
In between all of that, unfortunately.
Took him 35 pitches. He's only thrown 29 pitches since then. As here's a fly ball into center field. It's going to be a base hit. So a leadoff single here from Donnie DeWeese. So Elier Hernandez will step into the batter's box. E-L-I-E-R. Hernandez, 23 years of age, from the Dominican Republic. Short lead off the bag at first base. Pitch taken here for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike now to the batter. Short lead off the bag at first base. Here's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss for strike 2, and it's now 0-2.
They have a couple of Hernandez on
they've
this
got
Omaha roster. A couple of Lopez's on this roster.
A pitcher named Arnaldo Hernandez and the position playing named Elier Hernandez. 0-2 pitch here from Gallen, a check swing, and he fouled it off. 0-2.
Hit him right in the bat. Elier is only 23 years old, from San Cristobal, Dominican Republic. 6'3", 197 pounds.
0-2 now to the batter, Hernandez.
He had 355 at-bats at Double-A this year, Hernandez did, hitting 287. He's come up to Triple-A, and he's hitting 310 up here, or was until he struck out his first time up.
Marlins lead the Blue Jays tonight 5-1 at the end of 6. Nothing in 2 now to the batter, Elier Hernandez. Pitch, ground ball, hit towards third. Picked it, flipped it to second for 1. On to first. The throw kind of sailed on him. Not going to be able to get a double play. They do get the lead runner in DeWeese. And this brings up the number 9 batter, Luis Villegas.
Well, the throw was right there for, I don't know that he would have thrown him out if he got it there. It was around the horn. The throw to the second baseman, Diaz, got there all right, but Diaz sailed it a little bit.
Well, you try to hurry those throws. That's why when you see a crisp around the horn double play ball like we saw earlier in the game, a play like that makes you appreciate that play so much more, that everybody's throw and everybody's spots were dead on. Those are not easy.
At all.
The 1-0 to Villegas, and it's going to be taken here for a strike, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike now to the hitter. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Now, another throw over to first base, and back into the bag safely is going to be Elier Hernandez. Omaha's out in front 3-0 in our ball game. 3 of the 4 divisions are settled. We've mentioned that. Memphis clinched, Fresno clinched, El Paso clinched. All 3 of those clubs clinched last weekend. So with a little more than a week of baseball to play, 3 division champions were crowned. The other division will wrap up this weekend. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They play head-to-head. As last night, Oklahoma City beat Iowa 4-2. Colorado Springs lost in Omaha. So the Dodgers have the Colorado Springs has a 1.5 game lead going into a 5-game series. They got a doubleheader tomorrow.
Oh, my.
A 5-game series that will decide the division.
How about that? That's pretty wild.
Yep. And they play head-to-head. So whoever made the schedule,
that thing could swing a little bit.
That thing could swing a lot this weekend. You know, playing those 2 teams head-to-head. Now, you could have never predicted that when the schedule came out last July. Yeah. But, wow, what a great way to wrap up the only pennant race in the league.
Yeah, Colorado Springs could get knocked off tomorrow by a half game and then come back the next day, win a doubleheader, and be back in front.
2 balls and 2 strikes. I remember my first year here with New Orleans. We were eliminated on the last day of the season in Oklahoma City.
Oh, my.
We won the night before to move ourselves ahead. Lost on Monday afternoon to get knocked out of the playoffs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's fun when it goes to game number 140 as the 2-2 pitch swung on and struck him out.
That's a good-looking curveball there. My.
So with a runner aboard at first base and 2 outs, it brings up the top of the batting order here in Jack Lopez. Zach Gallen working here with a 3-0 deficit.
Well, his stuff has gotten a little crisper. And he slowed his pace down a little bit, too.
This one's a fly ball into right field. Shuck coming over towards the line, and JB in foul territory will make the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, a man left on base. Our ball game is going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Shrine on Airline here at the ballpark on our final Fireworks Friday of the season. Cakes trail at 3-0. This is Cakes Baseball. Hanging out on the Coors Light Mountain here on a Fireworks Friday. It's the final one of the season. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Sunday night, 6 p.m. Monday, little day baseball, 12 noon. Wrap up, put a bow on 2018 as the Cake season will come to a close. Here's Christian Adames, single to center field, will step in, and the pitch is going to be taken here for strike one. Omaha out in front, 3-0.
Yeah, Adames against the shift.
A one pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-2.
Breaking ball. Couldn't hold it up. Curveball was not a strike, but couldn't stop the bat.
No balls and 2 strikes now to the batter. And the pitch going to be check swing. Did he go? He did go again. Strike 3. I thought the second one he went. I don't know about that one. So with one out, it brings up Peter O'Brien. I don't think Adames agrees. Take another look at it. See if he went.
Oh, pretty hard to call it from here.
Hard angled for us to look at it. You know what I mean?
He may have committed too much.
He may have gone, yep. I couldn't really tell by that replay as the pitch fouled back for a strike. I couldn't tell one way or the other is what I'm really saying. Is I can't tell if he held up or went. Either way, it looked like it was definitely in that gray area.
Could be callable.
Yep. Not that you would ever have that as a review, but it probably was not enough evidence, and the call on the play on the field stands as called. 0-2 now to the batter O'Brien. Double play ball in his first at bat.
Yeah, he hit it pretty good, but right to the third baseman, Arteaga.
0-2 pitch swung out and struck him out. Back-to-back punch-outs to start the 4th, and now that's punch-out number 6 on the afternoon for Sparkman, and his 4th in a row if you roll back to the 3rd inning. He's cruising here for the Huh.
That was 95, one of his best heaters right there. Threw it by him.
Here's Chris Bostic, who flied to right field in his first at-bat. Bostic swung on and a fly ball down the right field line. Foul, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike now with 2 outs. 3-0 our score. The 0-1 pitch grounded to third. Arteaga is up with it. Throws it on to first base for the out. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on base. We've played 4 here at the Shrine on Airline. Cakes taking on the Chasers here. Omaha leading 3-0. Moves into the top of inning number 5 here tonight. Ramon Torres will step into the batter's box, and the second baseman going to be taking the first pitch here for ball 1. So Torres singled back in the first, singled in the second. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed here for a strike, and it's now a ball and a strike here to the hitter. 1-1 now to the hitter, Ramon Torres.
Yeah, he started that what turned into an onslaught in the first inning with a base hit. Came into the ball game hitting 182 in his last 10 games. 227 for the season. He had a call up to Kansas City, had one last year.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 swung on and struck him out.
Nice breaking ball. Take that.
So Torres is gone for the first out. Gallen got him to chase after that one. Here's Nicky Lopez. Left-handed batter. Fielder's choice and a ground out to second base.
Yeah, that was that play. He hit the ground ball that Isan Diaz glove flipped to Mooney at short.
Yep.
Mooney went for it with the bare hand and didn't hang on to it.
Yeah, you had 2 guys try to do a little too much with the glove flip and the bare hand catch. You should have gotten at least one. I know what they were trying to do. They were both trying to get a double play.
Yep.
So
trying to make the best play they could.
Indeed. 2-0 pitch. You know, if Isan fields it and throws it, you're only going to get one. And if Mooney uses his glove, you're only going to get one.
Yeah, if he goes at it with 2 hands, though, that's a different deal. He might have, you know. I probably wouldn't.
Watching the play, I don't think they were getting the guy at first, no matter what.
Yeah.
Now, I think they just tried to make too much of it. I think it was just going to be.
That's the thing.
I mean, you got Lopez here who can run a little bit, and he's coming out of the left-handed box. I think he was going to beat it out at first base no matter what. Unless Diaz would have fielded it and threw it to first. Then obviously the lead runner would have been at second, and that's what you didn't want. He's going to walk him here. So a base on ball here to Lopez, and it brings up Schwindel. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, you need to secure 1 out.
Gallen's first walk of the game with 1 out.
So with a man on first, it brings up Frank Schwindel.
The always dangerous.
Schwindel taking it here for a strike. Nothing in 1. 0-1 delivery, throw over to first base. Diving back into the batter is Lopez. Nothing in 1 now with 1 away.
Schwindel's hit into 15 double plays this year. We could use one right here.
Yep, 0-1 pitch swung on and rolled up the third base line. Foul, nothing in 2. No balls and 2 strikes.
That's what Gallen had on his mind. A lot of times when that pitcher runs that ball in on you, he's trying to get you to hit a little polite little ground ball that turns.
Nothing in 2 now with 1 away. Here's the 0-2 pitch now to the batter, Frank Schwindel. 0-2 delivery, runner going. The pitch is a ball, throw down to second. Not in time. Stolen base here for Lopez. So he's going to move into scoring position.
Pretty good jump. I don't think Nola had much shot at him.
Nope. 1 ball and 2 strikes now with 1 out. 1-2 delivery now to the batter, Frank Schwindel. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Going to be a ground ball up the third base line, foul. And we'll try it again now with the count being at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 now with 1 out. Here to the batter, Frank Schwindel. Ball and 2 strikes now with 1 away. The 1-2 delivery going to be popped up. Shallow right field. Second baseman heading out. Diaz is going to get underneath it. He makes a very nice catch.
That's a great play. That ball had a chance of falling.
Yep. That was in that area where, you know, often we say that is no man's land. And, well, he was able to make the catch. That was a long way out there for a second baseman to run.
Well, you know, you're playing a power hitter deep, and Shuck couldn't get there, and Diaz just roamed out there, caught it over the shoulder like it was no problem.
So here's Paulo Orlando, who will step into the batter's box. Paulo steps in and rolls this one up the third base line. Foul ball, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike now with 2 outs here to the batter Orlando with runner at second base. Three nothing Storm Chasers. Here's the 0-1. Hold up. They appeal to the first base umpire, and he didn't go. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 now with 2 outs. With 2 outs. Gallen comes set here with 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 away. Short lead off the bag at second base. And the 1-1 pitch swung on and rolled it up the line. Third base side, foul. We'll try it again now with the count being at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he had 2 outs in the first inning. Gallen did before they hit back-to-back doubles to score 3.
Ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 now to the batter. 1-2 pitch, ground ball, broken bat. Mooney up with it, throws it on to first base in time to end the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a man left on base. Our ball game, folks, is going to hit to the bottom of the 5th. Cakes trail it 3-0. Our ball game will move into the home half of the 5th. J.B. Shuck will step in to lead it off. Doubled back in the 2nd inning. 3-0 Omaha. The Chasers scored 3 times in the first. That's all the scoring we've had. So Shuck doubled in his first at bat. And JB steps in and he takes the first pitch here for strike 1. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering here to the batter, J.B. Shuck. And the 0-1 pitch is going to swung on and fouled it back here for a strike. And it's now no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, Sparkman hasn't shut anybody out this season. He did have a game where he gave up 1 run. It was unearned. That was way back his 2nd start of the season. But of late, he hasn't shut anybody out.
0-2 pitch going to miss down low here for a ball. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the batter, J.B. Shuck.
But the Cakes are not on the board as we speak.
1-2 pitch misses down low. Ball 2. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now to the hitter. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the batter's Shuck. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, right side. Second baseman up with it. Torres tosses it on to first for the out. So with 1 away, it brings up the center fielder, Braxton Lee, who flied out to center field in his first at bat. So Lee will step in. And the delivery going to be outside for a ball.
4 for his last 16 at-bats.
Raising his batting average up to 217.
Been a little bit of a struggle here. He's
1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch going to be swung out and missed here for a strike, and it's now a ball and a strike. You know, last year it was Lee who led the Southern League in hitting. He was a hitting champion. He batted .321 at Montgomery, .294 in Jacksonville to win the hitting title that ended up being a compiled batting average of .309.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like
1-2 pitch, a fly ball into center
Drop.
field.
Nope.
Center fielder on the run's going to run it down and make the catch.
I still wonder if, you know, he comes in here to the Marlins, makes the big club out of spring training, has a really good spring. There isn't anything that can, I think, delude your mind more than a real good spring. And struggled during the season, got hurt, came here rather, and got hurt.
Here's Nola, who steps in, and the pitch going to be taken outside here for a ball. It's now 1-0 now with 2 away.
And I really thought when he came back to New Orleans, he had an approach that was going to just not work.
Ground ball up the middle. Nice pick by the second baseman. Nope,
There you
doesn't
go.
come up with it. Nola's got himself a 2-out base hit.
Nice CNI dog right up the middle. That thing had eyeballs. Nobody could get to it. Good for Nola.
Here comes the shortstop, Peter Mooney. So Mooney will step into the batter's box. Runner at first base. And the delivery swung on and missed here for a strike. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike now with 2 away.
You need to lay off that heat up there. That's get the ball down there where you like it.
Short lead off the bag at first. Here's the 0-1. The 0-1 delivery taken here for a strike, and it's now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes now with 2 away. 3-0 Omaha. Short lead off the bag at first base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Called, third strike. Mooney is gone. Strikeout victim number 7 on the day for Sparkman. No runs, a hit, and a man left on base. We've played 5. Cakes trailing the Chasers 3-0. Chasers out in front 3-0. Tim Grubbs, Ron Swoboda joining you at the Shrine on Airline here on a Friday night. Our final Fireworks Friday of the season. Stepping in is going to be Humberto Arteaga, the third baseman, to lead it off. Doubled and drove in a run, also fly to left field. So Arteaga will step into the batter's box. The pitch going to be swing and a miss here for strike one. 0-1 now to the batter.
First couple of innings, I thought Gallen was flopping around a little bit with his command and got in trouble, gave up 3. And I think since he's past that second inning, he's really sharpened everything up.
0-2 now to the batter, Arteaga. 0-2 pitch. And it's going to be up high.
Problem is you can't take those runs off the board.
Nope. You need your offense to kick it in. We need to get some O and get back into this ball game. Offense has been non-existent to this point. The Cakes have managed no runs on 5 hits. We had a 2-hit first, but ever since then we haven't had more than a hit in an inning.
Hard to do it that way.
Yep, nor we've only had the 1 base runner every inning. 2-2 pitch missed here for ball 3. Quijada up and again in the bullpen. 3-2 pitch, line drive, left field, base hit. 3-2 delivery, and Arteaga is going to lead things off here in the 6th inning with a base hit. Yeah, so they got Quijada, who, remember, was warming up back in the 1st inning when Gallen's pitch count got really high.
Yeah, he got the emergency call when the numbers were getting out of line, and looked like Gallen might not make it through the 1st inning with too many pitches. He sat down, and Gallen got a little more together. Let's see what happens.
Gallen's just threw his 101st pitch of the game right there. DeWeese swing and a miss here for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, I don't know if he's destined to get through this inning.
I think if he bears down,
they'll let him go.
I think they would. I think they would in this situation. Let him go. He's thrown upwards to 111 this season.
Okay.
1 ball and 1 strike. I think it probably just is how taxing this inning is, you know?
Yeah, see if it gets out of hand.
If he gives up another hit, you'd have to think that could be it.
The hook may be waiting.
1 ball and 1 strike.
So throw a double play ball here and see what happens.
Pitch, yeah, double play ball will keep you in. Pitch going to be taken here for a ball. And obviously, when you're the pitcher, you want to get through the inning because you never know. The bottom of the inning might be the inning we score 4 runs, and then you'd be in line for the win.
You know, he's so much of a competitor, you know darn well.
He comes in with a record of 8-8. You want to be in a position to get your 9th win. Pitch fouled back. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes, and I would hope that Arnie Baylor and Jeremy Powell and the coaching staff sitting in that first base dugout would be
well, you know, his 3.82 ERA coming into this one is still
2-2 pitch
all time.
He struck him out. Then after the strikeout, DeWeese kicked the ball.
Did he?
Yeah, and Arteaga did not run.
I don't think you're allowed to. Huh?
Well, the umpire didn't call anything. And
he didn't.
If you notice,
was there. He's not looking at the
ball. He never looked.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting time to take off. Now, I think the umpires would have probably huddled up and said, you got to go back. But
yeah,
the fact the umpire never said anything, you never know. Pitch taken for a strike. 0-1. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not.
I thought he was looking away. He didn't know where the ball was, and it was down by his right foot, and he kind of bumped it as he was walking.
0-1 now. Here to the batter, Elio Hernandez, and a throw over to first, and Arteaga diving back into the bag. Cakes, 68 wins, 67 losses, trying to finish the season with a winning record. We got 4 games left, counting tonight. In the hole here in the 6th inning. No balls and 2 strikes. Here to the batter, Hernandez. Nothing in 2 now with 1 away. Elier Hernandez. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 0-2 delivery, big swing
nice.
and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back punch outs here.
That is a great breaking ball right there. Yahweh.
So with 2 down here in the 6th inning. That's strikeout victim number 9 on the night for Zach Gallen. 9 punch-outs for Gallen, matches his season best, which he accomplished back on May the 9th in a start against the Round Rock Express. Luis Villegas. So 5 2/3. He's thrown 110 pitches, so he's 1 pitch away from a season high. Villegas bats here with 2 outs. A runner at first base. Here's the 0-1 pitch awaiting. And the 0-1 delivery going to be just outside for a ball. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 now with 2 outs here to the batter. Humberto Arteaga, the runner at first base, led the inning off with a single into left field. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung out and missed here for a strike. 1-2. Dylan Peters punched out a career best the other night. He got 12 punch outs. Got a chance here for Zach Gallen to also get into double digits in the strikeout category if he can get Villegas right here. Now toss over to first base, and back over to first base is going to be the runner, Humberto Arteaga.
That would finish it a lot better than he started it.
1 ball and 2 strikes now with 2 outs. And the 1-2 going to be swung on and fouled off right at the plate. And we'll try it again now with the count being at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Boy, his breaking ball's gotten so much better.
One and 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now with 2 away. Now a throw over to first base. Back and into the bag is going to be the runner at first base in Arteaga. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. And the 1-2 delivery going to be fouled off at the plate.
Arteaga has made a couple of appearances as a pitcher this year, including one of the early games here when we were blowing them out early in the season.
Oh, that game was ugly.
That was ugly, and in came Arteaga to do him a favor.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Cakes won that ball game 16-0. One of the more decisive games we've ever had.
Some of those 16 tonight.
Yep, we'll take 4 of them. Serve them up next inning. The 1-2 pitch is going to miss here for ball 2. That's up to pitch number 115 on the night for Zach Gallen.
Pretty interesting.
2 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 outs. The 2-2. Gallen comes set and delivers a line shot hit right at the second baseman, Isan Diaz. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, and a man left on base. Zach Gallen, his night is over. Cakes, though, trail it 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Back here at the ballpark, Cakes and Chasers. Our game is going to roll into the bottom of the 6th inning. Cakes trying to get some offense going. We got the top of the batting order due up as the designated hitter. Lewis Brinson will step in. 3-0. Omaha out in front, bottom of the 6th. Brinson singled and is struck out.
Well, we had 2 knocks in the first inning. Couldn't do anything with that. Peter O'Brien, they didn't do the slickest 5-4-3 double play you will ever see.
Starting pitcher for Omaha tonight, Sparkman, has thrown just 70 pitches. 48 of those have gone for strikes. 5 innings pitched. He's scattered 5 hits, has struck out 7.
Yeah, he's really been sharp.
Ground ball, third base. Nice pick by Arteaga across the diamond for the out.
That was a lot like that double play ball, except he went to his glove side, but he's so slick and did a little 180 and flipped him out. But that ball was hit pretty good by Brinson. He had a good swing at it, but Arteaga, a lot of third basemen.
Here's Isan Diaz, who steps into the batter's box. And Diaz swings away, and he pops this one up, foul territory.
Sparkman's been good.
0-1 now to the batter, Isan Diaz.
He's heading for one of his better nights of the year. He had a pretty decent outing his last time. We mentioned that.
This one fouled off, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes here to the hitter. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-0 our score. 2 pitch swung out and struck him out for out number 2. Diaz is struck out for the 3rd time tonight and the 8th punch out of the night for Sparkman.
That's a fastball at 95. Ouch. 3 Ks for Isan Diaz.
Here's Adames, who bats with 2 outs.
Sparkman has averaged only about a strikeout an inning this year. Maybe a tad above that, but
he's been sharp tonight. The longest he has gone was back when he was still in Double-A, an 8-inning performance.
He's got 8 through 6, and that's above average.
Ground ball back to the pitcher. Up with it, Sparkman tosses it on to first base. Well, I tell you, his pitch count looking pretty good, pretty clean, as we have played 6 tonight. Omaha out in front. Storm Chasers with that 3-run first, leading at 3-0. Silver Slipper horse race here at the ballpark, and it was a photo finish as down the stretch they come.
Good form. Down the stretch they come. Good form. Everybody stayed pretty much connected with their horse.
Yep. And she finally pulled away at the end.
I think that's the way you're supposed to do it. Not everybody does it that way.
Get yourself a free buffet at the Silver Slipper Casino over there in Bay St. Louis.
Yep. Always good to see John and the gang.
Yep. Always great to see those guys. Of course, a great way to celebrate the equinox or the solstice. Here's Jack Lopez, who will step into the batter's box. Ball game here in the 7th inning. Cakes trailing it by the score of 3-0, and the pitch is going to be taken here for ball 1.
You generally celebrate the equinox?
I celebrate the equinox or the solstice at an all-you-can-eat buffet. This one is going to be popped up into the... so that's, I feel like that's the way to do it. You do it 4 times a year. That is not overdoing it.
No,
and you know exactly when the last time you did it, because there's only 4 of those a year.
Well, there you go.
There you go,
that's
right?
a good way to keep track of it. I use that to change the filter in my air conditioner.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, too. 1 ball and 1 strike pitch.
Not really.
You're supposed to do it more often than that, right?
I guess you can look at it and see how.
That's what I kind of do. Change it quite a few times in the summertime, especially the way that AC is cruising in the heat of summer. It's nice that it's a cool night here at the ballpark. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As much as you don't always like the rain, this was a rain that really
calmed things down a little.
Yeah.
A lot of clouds. Takes a little edge off a hot August night.
Yep, 1-2 pitch going to be up and away now for a ball. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the batter, Jack Lopez. 3-0 our score. And the pitch going to be popped up, foul territory. First base side, and we'll try it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now to the batter. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And he gets a piece of this one and fouls it back. We'll try it again now with the count being 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Jose Quijada. He's had a pretty good run. He's had like 7 or 8 outings without giving up a run. He's had a bunch without giving up a hit. If you look at his last 7 outings, he's only given up a hit in 1 of them. How about that?
You know, Gallen gave up 3 runs in the first, and you almost have to forget how good of an outing this turns out to be. 6 innings pitched, he allows just 3 runs on 7 hits. That turns out to be another pretty good outing. His .385 earned run average will only move up a little bit. He came into play today amongst the top 10 in the Pacific Coast League. Now, obviously, there's other guys pitching.
Yeah, he was number 6 in ERA. And that,
so if no one else pitches, .385 would keep him essentially at the same spot. This one is going to be so it's, I mean, obviously there's other guys that are going to pitch and those numbers may move a little bit, but he's going to finish around 5th or 6th in the Pacific Coast League. Sandy Alcantara, who made his final start of the year last night, will finish with a .389 earned run average. So he's going to finish in the top 10 as well.
Good for him.
The question with Sandy was whether or not he'd have enough innings. But by pitching to last night, he will qualify and have enough innings. The 1-0 pitch going to be taken, and it's now a ball and no strikes here to the batter, Ramon Torres.
Quijada, just a really interesting looking 22-year-old. That's a fastball popped up to the shortstop.
Yep, shortstop coming over.
He's got a fastball low to mid-90s with a hard breaking ball, and just all I can say is he's got a brio about his behavior out there. It just seems to bubble with go get him, and I don't know, you just like to watch him pitch. You just feel the energy. He's letting it go. He wants to be out there.
Shows bunt, and the pitch going to be up and away here for a ball.
Holding little back is what it looks like to me.
1-0 now to the batter, Nicky Lopez.
He's a great kid, too, around the clubhouse. Always got a big smile on his face. And, you know, there's that snake, and it's a strike. It's a big breaking ball, big curveball.
1 ball and 1 strike now with 2 outs. 3-0 our score. The 1-1 pitch going to be swung on and fouled back, and we'll try it again now with the count being at a ball and 2 strikes.
I think when you look at Jose Quijada at 22 years old with the stuff he's got and how he's done here at the AAA level, you're looking at a guy that's going to pitch in the big leagues.
1-2 now with 2 outs. Yeah, as young as he is, you know, and he showed a lot this season. You know, he blew his first save, but bounced right back. And you know what I mean? He just showed those growing pains and the development that a young 22-year-old needs to make.
Yeah, he's shown me something. I just love to watch him out there. He's kind of like he's himself. He's not like anybody else. He really gets after it.
1-2 pitch, ground ball hit to short. Shortstop is up with it.
Yep.
Throws it to first base, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Our ball game is going to head to the home half of the 7th. Cakes trailing it here. 3-0. 7th inning stretch, as always, presented to you by Massage Envy. Peter O'Brien steps in to lead it off. Cakes offense. Time to kick it in, huh? 3-0 Omaha. We haven't had much going. O'Brien, Bostic, and Shuck scheduled to bat.
The only shutouts the Baby Cakes have been involved in the last couple of weeks is 3 shutouts they won. They have not been shut out in a while, but real good job tonight by Glenn Sparkman. Solid effort.
Here's Peter O'Brien who steps in, and O'Brien swung on, and a fly ball left center field. Ball will drop. Big turn for O'Brien, and he's got himself his first hit of the night.
Breaking ball, he kind of left it up there a little bit. And O'Brien.
So with one away, brings up Chris Bostic. Cakes come in tonight's ball game, the final night of August, with an 18-10 record this month. That's the second best record in the league. El Paso paces the PCL at 22-6. They're heading into the postseason very hot. Be nice to get a 19th win for the month. Cakes have not had a winning record in a month since last August. Of course, they've already assured that here tonight as the pitch here to Bostic swung on and the bat went flying towards the third base dugout. No balls and 2 strikes now to the batter, Chris Bostic.
Stelmont is the right-hander getting it going.
No balls and 2 strikes now to the hitter, Chris Bostic. Short lead off the bag at first. And the 0-2 delivery. Sharply hit ball, hit to third. Flags it, throws to second for 1. On to first. Wow, they've done it again. Around the horn. A twin killing.
That ball was drilled. You're not going to see a better 5-4-3. We thought the other one was slick, but that was a tough glove hand try by the third baseman, Arteaga. He gets it to the second baseman, who throws it on a hop, picked by Schwindel at first. That thing was incredible on all ends, on all accounts. That's 5-4-3, break your heart double play. That ball was kissed.
Woo. Ball and no strikes now to the batter, J.B. Shuck.
Arteaga has shown me some hands.
He really has. It's
holy cow.
24-year-old third baseman.
Woo.
The 1-0 pitch going to be up and away now for a ball. It's now 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes now with 2 down.
You know, the 5-4-3 he turned on O'Brien on a hard ground ball was just right between his legs, and he just picked it and flipped it. This one, he had to go hard to his glove side, did a 180, threw it to second. The second baseman, Torres, had to really hurry it up and threw it on a hop, picked by the first baseman. You're like, holy mackerel, that's...
2-1 pitch, going to miss down low for a ball.
That's greatness all over it, man. Wow.
3 balls and a strike now to the batter, J.B. Shuck. And the 3-1 taken for a strike. Shuck thought it was ball 4.
No. That doesn't look like one you can argue.
Nope.
On the TrackMan.
3 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 away, and the 3-2. Ground ball past the pitcher, backhanded by the second baseman. Throws to first, got him, and the inning is over. No runs, a leadoff hit, nobody left. 7 in the books tonight on a Fireworks Friday. It is Omaha out in front of the Cakes. Our score here at the Shrine, 3-0. 7 in the books for New Orleans. No runs on 6 hits, no errors. For Omaha, 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors. So Omaha leading it by the score of 3-0. So this will bring to the plate the first baseman, Frank Schwindel. So Schwindel will step in. Struck out, popped up to the catcher, popped up to the second baseman, and the pitch is going to be up and away here for ball 1. One and 0 now to the batter. The 1-0 pitch fouled back. Ball and a strike now to the batter, Schwindel. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Delivery going to be popped up left side. Coming over is Mooney, who gets underneath it, and Pete Mooney gets the catch, and Schwindel is out number 1.
That's a good fastball, got in his kitchen a little bit.
So with 1 down, it brings up Paulo Orlando, who had a 2-run double. He's also struck out, grounded out to the shortstop. Orlando steps in, and the pitch is going to be taken here for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike now with 1 away.
Yeah, Gallen just couldn't get his stuff out of the middle of the plate in that first inning, and just couldn't locate. And he got touched for a couple of doubles with 2 outs. Paulo's 2-run double. And then behind him, Arteaga hit a double to score Orlando. And that was it. Settled down, pitched pretty darn good after a little bit of rockiness in the second inning. Gallen did a good job.
0-2 pitch, yeah. When you boil it down, you look at that line, it's not all that bad.
Shoot. No. Heck no.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Hard to win when you don't get any runs.
1-2 delivery. Yep. It's amazing how you look at a pitching performance a lot of times based off of how our offense does. When it's like 2 things that should not connect. Had we scored 5 runs tonight, we'd be talking about how great Zach Gallen pitched, and you'd be winning 5-3.
This could be 0-0 too if
Absolutely.
they actually pulled off that double play.
1-2 pitch, a strikeout. Actually, you didn't even need the double play. All we needed to get was the 1 out. You know,
even
because
getting the lead. Yeah, getting the lead.
Yeah, because you'd already got a strikeout in the inning. If you get the 1 out of Lopez, Schwindel strikes out, you're out of the inning. No runs are in.
Bingo. Oh, well.
Instead,
oh, well. Darn it.
You gave up 2 doubles with 2 outs. A tough break. Humberto Arteaga will step in, take him for a strike. I'm sure that play will be reviewed, and they'll take a look to see whether or not it should have been a fielder's choice or an error. 0-1. Arteaga.
Well, yeah, my thought was they can't assume you're going to get that runner.
You know,
Can they?
what happens.
Can they call it an error if you?
The problem is why it probably will not be an error, or at least the debate would be, is he threw it with his glove and he tried to catch it with his bare hand. Whenever you start doing extraordinary, it's more than ordinary effort. It really gets debated on, can you give a guy an error for doing things like that? 2 balls and a strike. And we'll see what is all discussed and what happens. 2-1 pitch fouled off.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the comment, you didn't need to do any of those. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I know this. It was a catchable ball.
Yes, it was.
If you just go at it with your glove.
Your glove, correct.
It's a catchable ball.
It's a play that's made.
Go at it with 2 hands and just see what you can do with it.
2 balls and 2 strikes here, and the 2-2 pitch is going to be swung on and fouled back. Without a doubt, it's a play.
Go at it with 1 hand with a guy coming down there on you. You're thinking about him, and there's a ball you have to catch. That just makes that play real tough. Mooney tried to make more play, I think, than was there, and put the ball on the ground.
2-2 pitch going to be taken. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the batter, Humberto Arteaga.
You know, I don't get on anybody who's trying. They were trying to make the best play they could make, and for that, I'm like, all right.
Oh, what? Yeah, 3-2 pitch.
I'm all for, because both those guys have pretty good hands. This is ball 4.
Both of those
first guy
guys
to reach base against.
Those guys make that play. A lot of times.
I would not be surprised at all when they did. It's just that is the tough way, and
they just didn't make it
work
that time.
In the first inning. But
so a 2-out walk, and it brings up Donnie DeWeese, the center fielder, 1 for 3 tonight. Quijada in relief here for New Orleans. There is some activity.
Tyler
getting started in the Cakes bullpen. A fly ball into left, and the left fielder Bostic is there, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a man left on base. Bottom of inning number 8 from the Shrine on Airline. Omaha out in front, 3-0. This is Cakes baseball. New pitcher for Omaha. They're going to go to the bullpen, and the Cakes maybe will have better success against the pen of Omaha, because tonight the starting pitcher was fantastic. Sparkman will go 7 innings tonight. He will leave the ball game not allowing a run. Josh DeMont is the new pitcher coming in here for the Chasers. Stamont making his 40th appearance, 2-5 with a 3.58 earned run average.
Stamont is a bit of a mystery, because here's a guy with a fastball and easily into the upper 90s, and he gets it up there really easy. 4-seamer gets real close to triple digits with a outstanding curveball. Okay, you're not going to see too many changeups, although there is a changeup in his arsenal.
Pitch going to be taken here for a strike. Sparkman tonight allowed 6 hits. He struck out 8. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 going to miss down low. Ball 2.
That's 94, and he's not quite loosening it up. But if you look at last year, Stalmont came to AAA, ended up 3-8 with a 6.28 ERA, had to go back to AA.
This one is popped up foul territory into the seats, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This year, Stallmont 2-5 with a 3.58. It's getting better. Still in 73 innings, he walked 50 guys. He also struck out 99 in 55 innings. That's outstanding. Clearly getting better at this business with some really amazing stuff.
2 balls and 2 strikes now to the batter, Braxton Lee. Base is empty. 3-0 Omaha. And the 2-2 pitch got him with a strikeout.
That's no fun.
So Braxton Lee 0 for 3 tonight. Brings up the catcher, Austin Nola.
That's a heartbreaker, that curveball.
So Lee gone, and it brings up Nola.
It shows you how hard it is to play this game, though. This guy should have, as he gets more command of his stuff. And, you know, it's not just how many you walk. It's like, where are your pitches in the zone? How's your location? You can be wild inside the strike zone and get hurt. We've seen Sandy Alcantara suffer from some of that, where he's just too much inside the strike zone, in the fat part of the strike zone, and get hurt a little bit. With great stuff, you know, it's just amazing to me.
Swung out and missed.
He just 96'd it there for strike 2 to Austin Nola.
Tyler Kinley warming
up. You just saw that curveball he threw to Braxton Lee. You can't feel real good.
0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled off first base side, and we'll try it again with the count being no balls and 2 strikes.
It's 97 and he's getting loose. You're still 0-2 and you haven't seen that Uncle Charlie yet. You haven't seen the snake.
0-2 pitch, missing away for a ball. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
There it was, and he missed. Thank goodness.
1-2 now to the batter, Austin Nola. And the 1-2 pitch going to be up high for a ball. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He doubled up on that curveball and missed upstairs with it.
Gives up 6 hits, no runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts. He threw
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
2 were strikes, and stands to be the winning pitcher.
The 2-2, he was able to hold up. They appealed to first base. He did not go.
Yeah.
It's now a full count. Here to the batter, Austin Nola. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch here to the hitter, Nola. The 3-2 going to be up high. Ball 4. He walked him. So a base on balls issued here to the catcher, Austin Nola. And it brings up the number 9 batter, the shortstop, Peter Mooney. So Mooney will step into the batter's box. Singled into third and struck out back in the 5th inning. So with a runner aboard at first base, Peter Mooney will step in, and the pitch is going to be swung on and fouled back. It's hit off the top of the roof and ricochets back into play. I don't think the Bat Boys know where the ball is. There he goes. I think they saw that ball clear and get out of play and think, all right, I'm good. But the ball hit off the top of the roof here at the Shrine on Airline and ricocheted all the way back onto the playing surface. No balls and a strike now to the batter, Mooney. Cakes dealt a shutout the other night against Nashville. Tonight, they need to get something going here in the 8th or the 9th, or else
Well,
New Orleans will get blanked here.
Stalmont can he can get a little loose out there and give up a couple of runs. He certainly has in his last 3 outings. If his command is like we're looking at it here, and he's throwing the ball all over the place.
2 balls and a strike now. Here to the batter, Peter Mooney.
You think this game is easy? Well, he's last.
Mooney at the plate. Pitch going to be up high. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Blue Jays come from behind, end up beating the Marlins tonight. 6-5 the final.
Oh.
Well, that stings. I mean, not that I watched the ball game, but the last time I glanced at that score, they were winning 5-1. They gave up 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning.
Oh,
So you had a 5-1 lead going into the 9th. Blue Jays win it 6-5. Well, that stings. Kyle Bearclaw gave up 3 in the 9th, and then Steckenrider came in to replace him. He gave up 2.
Steckenrider's had a little struggle of late, hadn't he? No.
Straley, who pitched 8 strong innings tonight, left with a 4-run lead. Wasn't enough. Walks him. Back-to-back walks have been issued.
Well, Stallmont's last 2 outings are pretty good, okay? His 3 outings before that, he gave up 7 runs in about 3 1/3 innings work.
So here's Lewis Brinson, who will step in. And here comes a visit. Andy Hawkins, longtime pitching coach for this Kansas City Royals AAA affiliate, will make the trip.
That's Andy Hawkins, the pitching coach for the Storm Chasers, talking to young, strong-armed Stallmont.
So the quick visit. That's the first visit of the ball game. I was about to say, I don't remember any other visits.
No. Didn't have to come out to talk to Sparkman.
Brinson
He was
at
a
the plate
machine tonight.
One out.
Uh-oh.
The ball gets lost. Taking off for third base is going to be Nola. Taking off for second base is going to be Mooney.
Well, hey.
It's got to be a passed ball.
That was it was curveball. What do you call it?
Wild pitch.
Yeah.
Nope, that's probably right. It looked like it was, it might have hit the dirt first.
That was a curveball that he never got his glove down on it. He caught it with his glove flopping forward. You can't catch that ball like that. And he didn't know where it was.
He never knew where it was. Aggressive base running.
Didn't know where it was.
So the Cakes, who have not scored here tonight, all of a sudden have runners at second and third and 1 out. Base hit by Brinson here could make it a 1-run ball game here in this 8th inning.
Top of your order with 1 out. They're going to get some action in the pen.
Here's the 1-ball, no-strike pitch. And the delivery here to the batter, Lewis Brinson, is going to be up and away now for ball 2. And it's now 2 balls and no strikes here to the batter, Brinson.
Looks like a lefty getting loose for the Storm Chasers. Oh, baby, what a swing. Man.
2 balls and a strike. Two and one now. And the 2-ball, 1-strike pitch going to be swung out and missed here for strike 2, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two now with 1 out. Brinson tonight singled back in the first. We mentioned it earlier in the week, nothing official by any means, but we figured tonight might be his last game before being activated by Miami. 2-2 pitch swung on and struck him out. Lewis Brinson is a strikeout victim.
That was some good gas, though. That was 96 on the outer edge, and Brinson didn't find it, so.
And that's going to be it. We're going to have a pitching change here, as they will pull Stamats. So we'll have a new pitcher coming in. 2 outs and a couple are men on. 3-0 Cakes. As we've got a pitching change, timeout. Back after this quick call to the bullpen from the Shrine. Richard Lovelady, the left-hander, gets the call. 3-3, 2.55 ERA. 45th appearance of the season. As stepping into the batter's box.
Yeah, he's had a decent year. He's got 7 of 10 save opportunities nailed down. This is his 5th appearance against the Baby Cakes. But if you go back and look at what's happened to him in his first 4, he's gone 5 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs. His ERA is 12.71 against the Baby Cakes. So we were a little different team maybe the last time we saw him, but the Cakes have gotten to him. See if that's relevant with 2 outs here in the.
He pitched a scoreless inning against Oklahoma City. He had a blown save in his last outing. He gave up 2 runs on 3 hits against Colorado.
Let's see.
Runners at second and third base. Isan Diaz, who has struck out 3 times tonight.
Got that sort of low 3/4 arm action, Lovelady does. Fastball will get into the low 90s. Plus with a slider and a changeup. Tough on lefties, he looks like.
A 1-pitch ground ball up the line. First base side foul, and we'll try it again now with the count being no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, you got to really hang in there on him if you're left-handed.
Nothing in 2 now with 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 delivery here to the batter, Isan Diaz. The 0-2 popped him up. Going to be fouled back into the upper deck.
Interesting thing is his ERA, Lovelady, ERA is pretty much the same against lefties and righties. You would think left-handers would not enjoy the experience quite as much as righties, if anybody does.
I feel like that happens more often than it should, at least at this level, probably because these guys have not mastered everything, you know.
Especially with a guy with pretty good stuff, you know, breaking ball. I remember when Connolly was here before he went to the big leagues, he was a lefty.
1-2, ground ball right side. Got to hurry. Torres' throw in time, and the inning is over. The Cakes get 2 walks and leave them. Couldn't take advantage of the walks. Last try for both of these ball clubs as we go to the 9th. Omaha leading it 3-0. 9th inning coming up on this Fireworks Friday. Ninth inning. Cakes trailing it by the score of 3-0. Tim Grubbs, Ron Swoboda joining you on this beautiful Friday night here at the Shrine on Airline. Our final Fireworks Friday of the season. Join us tomorrow night, 6 p.m. First pitch as the Cakes take on Omaha. Then on Sunday, 6 p.m. first pitch, Sunday night baseball here at the ballpark, and then we wrap up the season on Monday. For tickets and information, visit cakesbaseball.com. Elier Hernandez will step in. Tyler Kinley coming in here out of the New Orleans bullpen. And the first pitch is taken here for a strike.
Kinley, a guy with another big arm out there with fastball mid to upper 90s, but he's got a slider that he's been employing more often. His last 4 outings,
Look on Kiata.
3 of the 4 have been outstanding, and you see that slider in there for a strike, you don't have a chance.
1 walk, 1 strike.
And that's what he dropped on Elier Hernandez right there. That slide piece is nasty, and then you keep sitting up there waiting for 96, 97, and you get the slide piece, and you're like, what? One of his outings was that awfulness when he walked 3 people, walked the bases loaded, gave up a run on a little soft roller. He just couldn't throw a strike, and it was just crazy. That doesn't usually happen. He doesn't have any trouble finding the zone. It just happened.
This one's popped up right side, and it gets about 20 rows into the seats.
That was almost 98. Okay. In case you're wondering, that's good stuff, my friend. And
when he's on, he is tremendous.
It's eye-opening, you know, it's electric. And you just know, it's like you get a harness on that, you get a handle on that, that's going to work, you know. When I'm almost like, if he misses with his fastball, go right to the slider. That guy, because the hitter's thinking.
2-1 pitch going to be swung on and fouled back, and we'll try it again now with the count being 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was 98. Down and dirty. Fouled off. That's a pretty good job of fouling it off by Villegas, the catcher.
And the 2-2 pitch, a ground ball up the third base line. Foul.
That's that little slider. You know, I don't know if it's cutter, slider, whatever, you know, the terminology is. It's a hard one. It goes down pretty good when he gets on top of it. That was, I think that's what that was.
2-2 pitch going to be swung on and struck him out.
There's another one for your trouble. And he threw, that's out of the zone, and he chased it because you're just trying to think 98, and he drops that 89 mile an hour,
that was
90 mile an hour slide piece on you. That was way out of the zone. I'm sorry.
12 punch-outs tonight by Cakes pitchers.
Wow.
Pitch swung out and missed for a strike. If you're wondering, when the ball game goes to the bottom of the 9th, it is middle, actually 3, 4, 5. Adames, O'Brien, Bostic, and Shuck scheduled to bat. So you will have an opportunity as the 0-1 pitch swung out and missed. Now, they have not had any activity in the bullpen, so I assume it's Lovelady.
Yep.
That will stay in.
Yeah, he's in there for the extended save. 2 sliders swung at and missed by top of the order. Jack Lopez.
0-2
boy.
pitch. He struck him out. Number 13, Kinley, comes in and strikes out the side.
How about 3 of those sliders, Mr. Lopez? That will be all.
How about that? So the Cakes will have an opportunity. Bottom of the 9th inning. They walked it off last night. Can they have some late heroics tonight? 3-0. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Back here at the ballpark, it is the Cakes and the Chasers. It's a 3-0 ball game. Here we are, folks. Buckle your seatbelt. Adames single to center field. Has struck out and grounded out to the pitcher. Need him to come up big here. Need to get something going. New Orleans trailing it 3-0, and the pitch is going to be taken here for ball 1. 1-0. Richard Lovelady came in, got the final out with runners at second and third in the 8th inning.
Well, they're all right-handers until you get to Shuck. So that can't hurt. You got at least 3 righties.
Ball and no strikes now to the batter, Adames. And the 1-0 pitch is going to be taken here for a ball. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0.
You get something going. I would keep thinking of Talise in there for somebody.
2-0 pitch misses
No.
here for ball 3. Well, you know, they opened the door last inning with 2 walks and a wild pitch to get the runners into scoring position, and then
we did nothing.
We did nothing with a strikeout and a ground out. A ground ball might have gotten us a run, but we got the strikeout there.
Yep.
2-1 pitch missing here for a ball. It's now 3 balls and a strike now to the batter, Adames. 3-1 taken here for a strike, and it's now a full count, 3-2.
Yeah, it was a big at-bat for Brinson and against Stallmont. And he saw some fastballs.
3-2 pitch. He walked him.
No.
Ball 4. So a walk here to Adames. And it brings up Peter O'Brien. So O'Brien will step into the batter's box, who's grounded into a double play. He has struck out and is singled. This one is going to be popped up, back, and out of play. 0-1.
This is low 90s heat from that low 3/4 arm, that 3/4 arm slot. And sometimes that ball will sail a little from the left-hander. It's not a sinker. And then he'll throw you a slide piece off of that. And a changeup occasionally.
Short lead off the bag at first base. Here's the 0-1 pitch here to the batter, Peter O'Brien. O'Brien takes the pitch here for a ball. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think that was a changeup. That was either a changeup or a hanging slider. I don't know what it was. It was up and away.
1-1 pitch.
Slider.
Check
Whoop.
swing.
Yep.
Strike 2.
That was a breaking ball, down and out of the zone, but Peter couldn't hold up the bat. Lovelady looks like he could be a little hard to pick up, you know, coming out of that shoulder.
Ball and 2 strikes here to the batter, O'Brien. The 1-2 pitch swung out and struck him out. It is a strikeout, and that will allow the runner to go to second as it's a passed ball. O'Brien couldn't run because first base was occupied.
Yeah.
But Adames does go to second. So you move the runner up on the strikeout, and it brings up Bostic. So Chris Bostic, last night's hero, bats here, trailing by 3, a runner aboard. And he takes the pitch low and inside here for a ball. 1-0.
Lovelady. His stuff's a little nastier than his name.
1-0 pitch, Richard Lovelady. 23-year-old from Midway, Georgia. Omaha looking for the final 2 outs and take game 1 of this series. They're trying to start this final series of the season with a W. Make it 2 in a row. The 1-1 missing away here for a ball. It's now 2 balls and a strike.
Trying to contrast that with the fact that Lovelady sounds a little demure. But like I said, his stuff is not.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Popped up, foul territory, first base side. We'll try it again now with the count being 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now here to the batter, Chris Bostic. It's a 3-0 ball game. And the 2-2 swung on, and he zips it right past the third base coach, Robert Rodriguez. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 1 out. The 2-2 delivery. The pitch swung on and struck him out. Second out. Chased that one up and out of the zone for out number 2. So with 2 down, it brings up J.B. Shuck.
That's what I was talking about. He elevates that fastball, and it's, you know, it's low 90s, like 93 or so. But that was out of the zone. But you see from that lower slot, it comes up on you. And boy, you can chase that one. Both O'Brien and Bostic did that. Chased that fastball up
Shuck,
out of the zone, I think.
I think Shuck just did the same exact thing.
It's hard. It gets on you a little bit, and it's got a little up on it, looks like, you know.
0-1. Runner at second base. 2 outs here in the 9th. The 0-1 pitch to the left-handed batting Shuck. Big swing and a miss for strike 2, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes now with 2 outs.
Like a little cutter off that thing.
Right-hander Kevin Lennick warming up for Omaha. 3-0 chasers. 0-2 pitch gonna miss down low. Ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 now with 2 away. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And the delivery swung on and struck him out. Lovelady strikes out the side. He walks the first batter, and the Cakes get skunked here in game 1 of this series. 3-0 Omaha. They get 3 runs in the first inning. 2 big doubles with 2 outs. Paulo Orlando with a 2-out double scored 2. Humberto Arteaga followed him with an RBI double. And that's all the scoring they got. A 3-0 offense. Sparkman was tremendous. 7 innings. He allowed no runs on 6 hits. And Lovelady with a 4-inning save. Zach Gallen gave up those 3 in the first, but was brilliant after that. Quijada pitched 2 good innings. Kinley pitched a solid inning, but...
Yeah, all the pitching was pretty good tonight, except for that top of the first inning with those base hits and then double, and there's 3 runs. You could have ducked some of that with a couple of plays. Now, Sparkman had a great day, Glenn Sparkman. He was outstanding, but he had 2 really slick double plays, 5-4-3, that took the steam out of anything the Baby Cakes might have gotten going. And when they went to Stallmont, looked like he was ready to cough it up there a little bit. His command was off. They brought Lovelady in, a guy that had saved 7 of 10. He saved 8 of 11 tonight, his 8th save of the year. And he made short work of the Baby Cakes.
He certainly did, and the Cakes end up dropping this one. End up falling back to 500, 68-68 with the loss. I said it earlier, we have to win 2 of our last 4. Well, you're still in position. You just have to win 2 of your last 3 now to finish with a winning record this season.
Yeah, well, you know, the Cakes have not been shut out in a while. I didn't look on the list to see when. It doesn't matter. But tonight they got out pitched, and that 3-run first inning was the whole of the difference. That's a pretty good ball game and well played by Omaha.
It certainly was. So
well pitched by our guys, Kinley and Quijada, really, and Gallen after that first inning.
It really was. When it's all said and done, Omaha comes in here and takes game 1. That's a wrap for this one. We'll be back tomorrow. 3 games to go. It'll be the Cakes and the Chasers. 6 p.m. tomorrow, 6 p.m. Sunday, noon game Monday. Folks, Cakes fall tonight. Our final 3-0. Good night, everybody.